Hello, it's Mike Volkin with another Freelancer Masterclass tips video for you. This one's titled The Top 5 Things You Must Know to Win on Upwork. But before I get started, I should tell you that we get a lot of our content ideas from comments that are left on our videos. So if you have an idea and you're a freelancer, you're an independent consultant, and you want to have us create a video, I'm not guaranteeing we'll do it, but go ahead and put your ideas in the comments section. This one was as a result of one of the comments we got. We wanted to know what you thought about Upwork, and I found out there's a lot of confusion. So I had put together my list of the top 5 things you must know to get a lot of attention on Upwork. So let's go ahead and get started. First of all, your video. Did you even know that you can have a video on Upwork? It's true. If you go to the profile section, there's a tiny little line that says insert video. Now, it helps to have a video for the Upwork algorithm, but it hurts you because if the video is poor, that it won't convert prospects into clients. So let me give you some tips about the video. First of all, it goes beyond the scope of this video to tell you about how to shoot a still video. But go ahead and Google or Bing how to shoot a still video, and you can get some basic tips, but I'll give you some here. First of all, get a professional background. Get some greenery in there, something that gives a little bit of depth. So as you can see, this is my video. I have the plants here, and I have the world map in the back. And I put on a collared shirt, something I usually don't do. I have my gym clothes on now, but collared shirt, make it look a little professional. Now the light source is coming from behind. That's important. It makes the subject light up well. And believe it or not, I know it looks like crap, but I did get a haircut that day. So just look professional, be professional. And the number one thing I should probably say is just don't ramble on. Have some bullet points on what you want to talk about. Stop talking about me all the time and start thinking about what solutions you have that you could provide to the client that you're going after. All right. So your ideal client, basically, you describe who you work best with, what industry you work best with, if there is an industry, what skill sets you have that are the best solutions for the client that you like to serve. Okay. I've seen videos that are 7 or 10 minutes of just people rambling and blah, blah, blah. It's just, you know what? Be succinct, be quick. The prospects that are on here have 30 to 40 proposals to look through. They're not looking to just browse around and watch 10-minute videos. They want to hear what you have to say in a minute or less, preferably 30 seconds or less. So go ahead and have 3 to 5 bullet points and just create that video as professionally as you can. Okay, I'll tell you for a fact, just having a video helps you with the Upwork algorithm. All right. The algorithm is much simpler than you think, okay? There's a lot of people, so-called freelance experts, having YouTube videos out there trying to decode the Upwork algorithm. I'll tell you from experience that I've decoded it, all right, for the most part. Let me move my picture here so you can see. This is me on the homepage, all right? I haven't been on Upwork that long, maybe a year and a half, 2 years, and it doesn't even represent a lot of my business. It's anywhere from 10 to 30% of my business at any given time, but the people at Upwork have noticed me. They put me on their homepage. They made social media videos of me, and they've done that for a reason, because I have spent time to figure out how to get attention on Upwork. All right. These clothes, they gave me these clothes. They gave me a wardrobe person. They dressed me up, had me do some shots. There's some, if you go to follow their Facebook page, they did some social media videos on me. And I'll tell you that the tip here is that you should test everything. Now, I'll tell you how to test. I'm a scientist by nature and a marketer by passion, and testing is in my blood. And I'll tell you that there's very advanced ways of testing, which I do sometimes, but really 99% of it that you need to know is this. Take a month. And you could just make it easy, just a calendar month, all right, the start of the month. And I want you to test one thing. Don't test more than one thing, because if you test more than one thing and you get a positive or negative result, you don't know what to attribute that result to. It could be one or the other multiple factors could come into play. So test one thing. So for example, for 1 month, I want you to test having a video versus not having a video, all right? And I want you to see how many times that you are invited to a job, all right? I want you to see how many times you appear at the top 10 of the search engines in Upwork, the search engine searches. And how do you do that? Well, just go and you find out the top keyword that you're going after. For me, it's marketing strategist, maybe for 1 month, okay? So I want you to type in marketing strategist and see if having a video will bring you higher up in the search engines. All right. And if you have a company account, you can search as if you're looking for a freelancer for the phrase marketing strategist. if you start seeing yourself in the top 2 or 3 results, you'll know that having a video helps, okay? And then maybe for another month, I want you to test having the word marketing strategist between 3 and 5 times in your profile, and then having it in the title versus not having it in the title. There's tons of testing. I always have at least one test going. And the test should never, like I said, collide with each other. All right. Don't have multiple tests going where you're testing various things. All right. You can have separate tests going to test completely separate outcomes, but don't have them to where they're mixed. All right. So don't, for example, don't do 2 tests on the title simultaneously. All right. Okay. The third one is, do you know that you have access to stats? It's true. All right. So if you go to the, actually, let's do this live right now. Because I want to be able to show you. I should have put this in the screenshot. I apologize. Let's go to Upwork. And if you go to your client account, let me put this back in the beginning. If you go to, where is it? Work Diary, I believe. Yes. Actually, no. My Stats. Sorry. Under Find Work, go to My Stats. And then you'll have access to all sorts of stats here. Okay. You will get all sorts of cool things. You'll see how many times your profile was discovered, and this is a good way you can check your stats. Like if you're testing something for a month, instead of having to do reverse searches every day, like marketing strategists, like I had mentioned, you can just go to these stats. All right. Now the stats will give you the weekly count, so you can just go at the end of every week and just totally put in your calendar every Friday to go and check how many times your profile was discovered. And then you compare that to the previous month. So if you're testing a video versus not having a video, you can see the difference there. Okay. And there's also lots of other cool stats. Now, why am I mentioning this? How good is it just to have stats? Well, Upwork gives you stats for a reason, right? Think about it. Why would they be delivering you certain stats? Because those are the stats that are important to them. Stuff like profile completeness. Okay. Now, why would Upwork care how complete your profile is? Because they don't want to deliver people's in the search engine. They don't want to deliver freelancers who have incomplete profiles. They want to deliver the best experience for the job posters, right? Because they're the money makers, right? They're the ones who are making the money, because Upwork makes money by connecting freelancers with clients. How do they do that? By connecting freelancers that have complete profiles. So if this isn't at 100%, make it at 100%. And then think about every category of stats that Upwork provides you is an important stat for their algorithm. They're doing that. They're giving you that stat because they're telling you it's important to them. So make sure that you're maxing out on all the stats. Long-term clients are important. All right. Profile completeness is important. How quick you respond to invitations to interview is important. All right. So use the stats to your advantage. All right. One more here. Actually, we have 2 more. There we go. Going back, use the RSS feeds. It's so important because you might not be the best person for the job, but you might be the fastest person to respond. Now, a lot of clients are like me, where they understand as a serial entrepreneur, perfection is the enemy of done. If you get nothing else from this video, understand this as an entrepreneur. Perfection is the enemy of done. I myself will go post a job on Upwork to hire somebody, and I'm not necessarily looking for the best person. I'm looking for the first person that meets the criteria that I'm looking for. Do you understand that? Because there's a lot of people that would be great. I don't want to interview a lot of people. I don't have time for that. I'm busy. But if the first person that reaches out that meets the criteria is the person that gets hired. And RSS feeds will help you with that. So you go into where it says Find Work, your homepage of Upwork, and you click the RSS feed, and you connect that right to your email. If you don't know how to do that, sign up for Freelancer Masterclass. We have a whole course on it called the aggregated listening technique. So what this does is you can sign up for your RSS for the keywords that are important to you, certain jobs. Those get alerted into your inbox in a priority special folder. So as soon as a job becomes available, you get alerted right away. All right. And you can apply right away. So if you're into just browsing Upwork whenever you're free and seeing what jobs are available, you're going to see a massive increase, not only in your availability of jobs, because you're getting to see the whole universe of jobs that match your criteria now, but the amount of jobs you win because you're one of the first to apply, if not the first. Okay. So utilize those RSS feeds. Another thing, before applying, learn about the clients. All right. So, you might not want to apply for every client. It might not be worth time to apply. So how do you learn about the client? Upwork does a good job with hiding who the client is. Okay. Now, in this particular case, this person put their web domain, which I never recommend, because you'll have freelancers spamming your contact us page in your site, or going to LinkedIn and finding out your personal email in some way and reaching out to you, which is a violation of Upwork's terms, by the way. Don't apply through their site and not apply through Upwork. I always delete those as someone who hires freelancers a lot. By the way, never do that if you see me doing that. But you can go to the About the Client page and you can see what type of person. Now, you will find that a lot of people on Upwork, not a majority, but a lot, they will post a lot of jobs, but their hire rate is very, very low. You want to look at their hire percentage. Now, here's a good example of a client that has some good and bad. Let me walk this through you. What you can tell. First of all, this person has a 67% hire rate. So it's more likely or not that this client who posts a job will find someone and hire on Upwork. And they have one open job. You can also actually see the other open jobs that are available. Maybe they'll suit you. Maybe they won't. You can see how much money they spent on Upwork, which is important. All right. But most importantly, you can see the average hourly rate. This is usually the one that does it in for me, because I'm over $200 an hour personally to hire. And if I see the average hourly rate is $17 an hour, I'll say that this person, and if you're listening to this show or to this YouTube video and you're this person who posted it, don't take offense to this, but you're looking for the cheapest job. If the average hiring rate here is $17 an hour, probably not the best person to hire if you're looking for an expert. So I see here they're looking for an expert, but really on average, they're paying $17 an hour. They're not going to be able to afford me. So I personally wouldn't apply to this job. But if you look at the range that this person is looking for, $20 to $55 an hour, is higher than the average. And they've been a member for a long time. So all these things you have to look at before you apply, because now on Upwork, you get charged for connects. It's usually 90 cents or less, but still, if you're applying for 5 or 6 jobs a day, that really adds up. So you want to think about these few things, plus also the number of stars. Does this client have good reviews from freelancers? Typically, yes, but I wouldn't apply to anybody with less than 4 stars, to be honest with you. All right, so consider that, because you don't want to just apply to everything that looks good if the client itself doesn't look good. All right, especially one that doesn't give star reviews, because star reviews are everything. And usually people that get bad star reviews give bad star reviews. All right, just a general tip I have, but certainly not a case for everything. But I do know this, though. Any client less than 3 stars is going to be bad to work with. There's a reason why freelancers give bad reviews. And especially if there's 11 of them here and they have a 3-star or less, not going to be a good client. They have a glaring negative, something's negative about that client. So I hope these tips helped. And I guarantee you, if you're not utilizing any one of these tips and you start doing it, you're going to see a massive increase in your business. Good luck.